1, and we're live. Welcome everybody to the Rattle the Cage podcast. I'm Bert DeVito, and this is my mate Will. Will is good geezer, and he is here with me today to talk about internet friends, social groups, and internet licensing, sanctioning. So Will, what we got on this, mate? Where we going? How we starting?
The first thing you need to do is you need to entertain the audience and tell these people what a geezer actually means when you say that to me, because it sounds very insulting to those who don't understand the lingo that comes with you being British and myself being an American.
Alright, yeah. So geezer in British is just like means cool. Like you're a good guy, good man. You're a laugh. Someone I'm gonna go down the pub and have a drink with, chill out with, play games with. You know what I mean? You're alright. You're a nice bloke, good bloke. You're someone I can call a friend or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
You're a good geezer in America. Obviously means old, but it's got different meaning in British, and it means.
But you could liken it to each other, like, oh, an old person, somebody you've known for a long time, something like that, right?
Something like that. Yeah.
Like you know each other, inside and out type of thing. They call, hey, what's up, geezer? It's like when I say, hey, what's up, brother, or something like that. Hey, man. Like you don't just say those, you don't just use those terms to people that you just, met yesterday or things like that, right?
Not all the time, nah, but...
No, you don't, use empowering fucking words to, I don't know, for whatever reason, just try to make yourself better or to ingratiate yourself to somebody else.
Yeah, and it's kind of just like, like, you'll say, yeah, man. We'll say, yeah, geezer. Mm-hmm. Geezer just means man in a lot of ways. It's just another word for man.
Yeah, like,
do you know what I mean?
For sure. Like, yeah, cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But
so,
yeah,
friends on the internet. What about them?
Well, that age-old question: can you make real, genuine friends on the internet?
I talked about this on another podcast. Well, it wasn't a podcast; it was just a YouTube show. And I'll give it a pop because I'm a fucking nice guy. It's on Dan XP's channel. You can check it out. We talked about this same thing, but the reason why the topic came up was not relevant to what we're talking about. But can you do it? I believe you can. But it's a whole lot more difficult because, Bert, let me ask you a question. Are you one of these people that could just make friends with somebody overnight? Because there's a lot of people that do that. I think that's very foolhardy.
I can talk to people. I get to know them, really, before I consider them a friend. Do you know what I mean?
As do I. But, how long is that period of time? And again, to become, real friendship, you know what I mean? For me, personally, I feel you actually, there are, like I said, is it possible to do it online? Yes, it is. But it's very fucking rare. Rarer than people understand.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot. It takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of patience on both ends. You have to, make it a conscious effort to understand each other. Whereas in real life, it's very different. I don't know if it has to do with our animal nature. Because, yes, as humans, we are fucking still animals. To get over that shit, we're not superior to anything in the animal kingdom outside of our brains.
No.
You know what I mean? We're still animals at the end of the fucking day, and we have instincts.
Yeah.
And there's certain people that you don't vibe with, and there's certain people that, you do vibe with. And it's easier to tell that when you have personal interaction with them.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Cannot be disputed. There's certain people, you just come across them and you get this negative feeling and you just get away from them. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. Yep.
That's a fucking fact. That's not people, that's just your brain being funny. No, it ain't. It's my body, in my brain telling me, hey, get away from this guy. Get away from whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's a natural instinct and you have to believe that stuff.
Yeah.
When you meet people online, Bert, it's different because they can sugarcoat words and they can use things and they can say things, all the things you want to hear, but you don't get that initial interaction, upon meeting them.
Yeah.
That makes sense. What is it called? The first impressions mean everything. You
Yeah.
don't ever get that first impression.
No.
You don't ever get that on the internet. And that's why becoming friends with people on the internet is so much more difficult. And that's why I laugh at these dating websites. These things. They just met them online, and then when they meet them in person, first and foremost, it might not be the person that you saw. It might not be that person visually. You know what I mean?
No,
like you were expecting to see fucking Sophie Turner, but you get fucking Sophie Cuntbag from fucking down the block.
Yeah.
It's a totally different thing.
Yeah.
But they can tell you everything, and that's the power of the internet over, social experience, real social experience, like seeing people and interacting with people. This is where it differs. On the internet, they can make themselves look like whatever they want to look like, right?
Yep.
First impression. They can sound like whatever the fuck they want to sound like. It's not them, but that's what they're portraying themselves to be.
Yeah.
Okay? And then when it comes time to actually meet the fucking person, what happens? Chaos. Or what happens when you talk to the person for an extended period of time? You start to figure out, this isn't the person they portrayed themselves out to be.
No.
You know what I mean? And it happens more often than people like to admit. Yeah. But it's up to those two people. This is where it's like a real legitimate friendship that has been developed, is when you start revealing personal information, and that's the dangerous part, because you don't know who the fuck you're talking to, really.
No,
you have to you're taking a huge risk by doing that. And for me personally, in this day and age, this is something that I don't want to deal. I think it's unhealthy personally. I'll let you take over and you give me your opinions. Did I say anything that sounds crazy?
Well, you're pretty much right on, mate. That's the thing about those internet dating sites is, and like most internet people, they play a different version of themselves. Even I do it on PS the Vito, in terms of how I just play my character up. But the Vito on the gaming channel isn't exactly the same as me. I act a lot more abusive. I'll swear a lot more. I'll be more, misogynistic, if you like, or whatever. But I'll be more of a bloke's bloke, if you like, on there. You know what I mean? Like a man's man sort of thing. Just like, but I'm not that way to that extent in real life.
Not even close.
No. You know what I mean? But I'll say things just because it's funny, and it might not be the most popular thing to say these days, but whatever I've come out with, but it's just meant as humour and blokey humour, man humour, that doesn't have to deal with SJWs and snowflakes, and it's like whatever. We will say what we want. We're blokes humour, man humour. You know what I mean? So it's like, I play that character up a bit, and it's not the real me, but if people were to judge me by what I do on PS the Vito and the way I am now, then they would get, they'd get a different me when they met me. And even yourself, right? Say, take YTWE. Before you spoke to me in person and actually saw me for the first time in person, the only real impression you had of me was the character of Mr. D.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say? So how much of that character did you relate to being the real me before you actually got to know me?
Zero. No. In all honesty, zero. It's completely foreign. When the first conversations come through text, right? and I see the way you talk and the way you, even the way you articulate yourself via, your text
Yeah.
and what have you, is like the punctuation and everything is on point, whatever. That's like, and you have to go above and beyond when you're meeting someone on the internet. This is what I'm saying. When it's
Yeah.
easier, like in person, like you could see someone and you could hear their voice. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
You can, in the animal instinct, you smell their scent. They're there. They're in front of you. You can see them for what they are, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where somebody can portray themselves as the greatest son of a bitch that ever lived, and then you meet them, there's some
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
they're fucking, nah, that's good. I was gonna get fucking wise, but I'm not gonna do that. But Bert was always like well spoken, everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't know him, but right away I knew that, all right, he's a smart guy.
Yeah.
We didn't have any when we first met each other. We didn't have any fun. It was just like, hey, I need a promo. You know what I mean? And I was like, okay, well, what do you need? You know what I mean? Like general discussion.
Yeah.
You weren't asking me right away. Oh, so what? So what, are you wearing panties? So shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just like, all right, I need a fucking. All right, so you basically, well, fuck it. Let's just go into how we first met each other, right?
Yeah.
All right, so you tell me, because you found me somehow, some way.
Well, for me, and this kind of ties into that internet social group thing that we're gonna get into, but it was basically doing the YTWE stuff. Obviously, you need new people. You can't run it on the same people forever, and some of them were leaving and whatever. Anyway, so it's like, all right, I need more people. Let's see what's out there. And I come across Scott Casey Gale, and I come across that video of it was called eFed Wars or something, and it was actually hosted on your channel. It was you and a bunch of other whoever from that community. I can't remember.
Have to find that one again.
It was on one of your old channels, mate. So if you've deleted the channel, I don't know. But when I first googled it, I searched eFed, and right near the top it said eFed Wars, let's settle. I can't remember exactly what it said. It was like, let's settle this, or let's sort this out, or whatever was like the subtitle. Whereas eFed Wars, let's settle this, or something.
Okay.
So I was like, oh,
I'm gonna look that one up.
I don't know if it's still there. Like I say, it was on one of your old channels. So if you still got the channel there, it will still be there.
It'll be worth a look, anyways.
Yeah. But basically, a bunch of you guys all talking. So I was like, all right, these guys are all into fucking eFed, and there's a lot of them. And Danielson was doing WCW, Jesse was doing AWA, Scott and that were doing the NWS thing. So I was like, alright, there's a lot of fucking people here, maybe they'll be interested.
Oh, I know now which one you're talking about. Is I did 2 reviews.
There was the review one, but there was like a hangout type deal where you had everyone in there talking about it, and I can't remember much about it to be fair now. But that was kind of where I sort of found that there was this massive group of people all doing these different eFeds, and there was like 3 of them, like the AWA, WCW, NWS, or whatever it's called. And it was like, and then the next thing I saw was the Scott Casey Gale video where he was having a go at Vince Russo. And then, it was the Vince Russo video where he had Scott on there, and then he got him to redo the stuff stabbing the paper bag, and it was like that.
Yeah.
That was like one of them things that triggers in me where I don't like that. I see Vince Russo doing what he's doing to Scott. I'm like, he's taking a piss. I knew
you and everybody else felt the same way.
So I kind of like went, right, fuck it, and I took Scott on at that point as like, I'm gonna look after him a little bit now, or wait, I don't. It's just I've got that in me is to be like, alright, well fuck Vince Russo, he's gonna be a cunt. I'll fucking do something good for Scott. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I done the Scott Casey Gale tournament, which is then when I started talking to people. But it was that review, the video you're talking about, where you compared an AWA show to a WCW show, and
Well, I
between
didn't compare. Let me be transparent. I didn't
Go on.
compare them to one another. I evaluated each show honestly.
yeah, fair enough, yeah, and
They
basically,
both suck without me. That's all I'm saying.
yeah.
Fuck you, motherfuckers. No, I'm just kidding.
But that
Love you,
review,
Jesse. Fuck the other guy, but love you, Jesse.
but that review showed me, like, I don't know, you were someone that had at least could be level-headed with this stuff, and could be someone that was like, do you know what I mean? Gonna be
Well, you
worth
see it for what it is.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
And again, you know, the topic is not like evaluating e-feds, but
No.
this is the initial interaction between Bird and myself.
yeah,
Like there's a beginning, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's a very subtle one, you know what I mean?
yeah,
But yeah, go ahead.
yeah. And that's it. And then, you know, but from now, we talk. And then we talk and play games, and that's the thing. It is just, you can make internet friends, but that has to happen. I think I must have had, say, 100 people, give or take, go through YTWE. Yeah?
Shit. Yeah, being generous, yeah.
Right? Give or take. I couldn't be 100% either way, but say 100 people. Out of those 100 people, probably 10 of them, if 10, I don't even know if I could say 10, but I would consider them internet friends in the fact that I've known them a good 8 years, and we've gone back and forward, we've talked this, that and the other, you know. But these people make the effort to talk to me when it's got nothing to do with YTWE, and that's the difference. A lot of people, I find, on the internet are only your friend as long as they're getting something out of it, or you can contribute to them in some way.
1000% on point you are.
Because there's people from YTWE that are like, oh, I love you, brother, you're my friend, but they never contact me ever. So it's like, yeah, you're only like that because you want me to push your character or give you a belt or whatever. You suck, you know what I mean?
I do.
There's people like that, and then there's people that I do consider good friends. I know if they message me right now, I don't, you know what I mean? I have to go and talk to them or whatever. And it's like, but then there's others that, but I don't talk to them that often. It's like once, a couple of times a year or whatever. Whereas like yourself, and I started talking to Crody Omega again last year, and we weren't talking for like 3 years.
Did I not try to facilitate that? Like like me, you know what I mean? Somebody come in, I didn't even know what was going on. Kind of interject. You know, I'm not trying to take credit for anything. I'm not.
No.
But I did try to mend fences, but then he pissed me off too.
Yeah.
So it's like,
That's it.
you can't win. God damn it.
But that's it, you know. We was good internet friends, if you like, but we used to play the PlayStation 3 together, and we used to do loads of shit together. And then because of this social groups and these internet friends and whatever, he had to pick a side. He went with his side, and we didn't talk for 3 years. Do you know what I mean? But now we talk again, and he's one of them people that I'll play games with, and like you know, I'll come and have a chat with you just for something to do for a couple of hours. Do you know what I mean? And there's not many that come through, say that 100 people of YTWE that I actually talk to regularly like I do real life friends. And there's not many.
Well, this is what did it for me concerning you.
Yeah.
Like I told you things that was going on and whatever, and I told you how much like that it took my mind off things just doing the YTWE stuff.
Yeah.
And it helped me. It was therapeutic.
Yeah.
and nobody had done that. But it translated into YTWE in a sense. I don't know if it was intentional or whatever it was, but when Robert Rage, shout out to him, said that there's certain people here for a cup of coffee.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
he said that put me on another level. Like, just by hearing him say that was a shoot. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I understand why. Like, it's not like he was trying to. He's seen like what you were just talking about. Like, there's hundreds of people that come through, then you never hear from them again.
No.
Like, he
That's it.
thought I was going to be one of these people. He didn't know because of the internet, and how could he know? You know what I mean? Just this other fucking dude is coming through. He's just gonna do this, that, and then be on his merry fucking way. I get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I get it. 100%. 100% I get it. But when that happened, it was like, well, you don't know me, so now I'm going to make it a point that you do know me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what I did. And I don't regret it to this day. And we're in 2020. We're talking about shit that happened how many fucking years ago now?
About 4 years ago, I think. 3, 4. Well,
Four
about
fucking
4
years, almost 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a long fucking time. That's a big ass cup of tea, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing, though, isn't it? But that just shows you, it's like, I think it's just the
It
next.
can happen, but it has to happen under the right circumstances.
Yeah.
It can't be forced. It has to be natural.
Yeah. And I think it has to be a friendship, or like, it has to be so that it's not a friendship of convenience. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Which
Exactly. You want to talk to the person.
Yeah.
We've had fights, you and I.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've had fights with everybody, but
Yeah.
that's nothing uncommon. But we've had fights, man. Real fucking fights. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Over shit that really didn't even concern us. We just got ourselves involved. You know what I mean? Just by proxy.
Yeah.
But that, for me, like, the fact that you can recover from something like that, that's how you know that somebody is your friend. And that's, man,
Yeah.
again, so fucking difficult to do online.
Yeah.
You have to make a conscious effort to heal those wounds. You have to do that.
Yeah. And you're only going to do that with the people you want to do that with.
Exactly.
And that's the thing. And, it's like, if we've had a disagreement, argument, whatever, we'll come back together like an hour later, the next day, and go, mate, you said he was a load of bollocks, wasn't it? It's like, yeah, fucking, explain ourselves and get on with it, don't we?
We do. We always have.
You know what I mean?
And not just me and you, but you and other people, myself and other people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's possible. It is possible, but it's very difficult to do in this platform.
Yeah.
It's so fucking like it makes it like 10 times harder. Like, when you could looking somebody in the eye, right?
Yeah.
After a disagreement, like, you could almost like feel like you don't even have to say a word to them. Like,
No.
you both know you fucked up. Like, I'm sorry. Like, they're sorry. The argument that would happen if you didn't have a fight, a physical fight, and solved it there, and fucking you go have a beer afterwards or whatever the fuck, smoke a blunt or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But just say that there was an altercation of some sort, and you just see each other. You don't even have to say a word.
No.
Because you both know you were both fucking stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can't do that on the internet.
No.
I'm sorry, you just can't. You can't. There's a difference.
No. Well, people cut themselves off, and then they go into their own little world of revenge or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like
That's sad if that's the case. Like,
with a lot of those internet people, though, they do, don't they? they'll block you on everything, and then they'll make a fucking video about you or whatever.
Well, that's cowardice. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
that's like, I would hate to see what they would do in real life. If
yeah,
they're gonna do that on the internet platform, I would hate to see what they would do in real life.
yeah,
It's crazy,
yeah,
which leads to
yeah.
the,
The
should
sanctioning and the
people have
license.
access to the fucking internet at all? I mean, I don't know. I think you and I are of a like mind on this.
Yeah,
And a lot of fucking people should not have access to the internet. And if they do, in limited fashion, as if, like, there's a person that could drive a car, you have a license to drive
yeah, yep,
certain vehicles,
yep.
but not a fucking semi truck, you know what I mean? Where you can mow down a fucking showdown.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need that shit. You know what I mean? So, like, where do we draw the fucking line?
Alright, there's the obvious things. Child pornography. There needs to be a license in place simply for that. So that people can't use the internet without identification, because therefore that would cut down a lot on the child pornography. But again, you'd have to get around the dark web, and that ain't really, you know what I mean? There's always gonna be those pockets of the internet that you can't get to, even if you was to try and license.
Well, why
them.
are these government fucking issued companies, like the people that chastise Ed Snowden? You know what I mean? Well, what are they doing? Aren't they not supposed to be fucking monitoring the fucking black web? You know what I mean? The dark web?
Supposed to be, but so
what the fuck are they watching then?
Yeah, that's it. Fuck knows. But I don't know. That's one.
But I get what you're saying, man. Like,
that's one reason we need it, but at the same time, that's not going to stop it. So I don't think the license really helps in that regard too much. But I think it's kind of, for me, I don't know. It's more about the mental health issues of the people using the internet, and I could liken it to like having a license for a gun in the United States, right?
Okay.
It's fine to have a gun. You can hold a gun. You can protect yourself if you need to, whatever. But if you give a gun to someone with mental health issues, they go and shoot schools up and do silly things, right?
That's right. Yeah.
And it's the same sort of thing with the internet. When you give the power of the internet to people with mental health issues, they go and do silly fucking things on the internet. You know? And I think this is kind of where the license needs to come in. But then it's so hard. It's so hard to like get a balance on it, because the internet probably helps a lot more people with mental health issues. It probably, you know what I mean? It's probably.
Do you think so? Do you think the internet really helps people with mental issues? I think it fucking makes it worse.
I don't know. See, that's the thing. What is the line? Because you're right, yeah. And let's go to these social groups. You know, that's where you get these Antifas and the Proud Boys and whatever group you want to fucking go on these days.
Both sides don't matter. You get dumb shit from both sides.
Yeah.
Both sides. It's like people, I don't know, man. The gift of anonymity.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I'll call it that. The gift of that. Like, people, like, if they could only have a personal conversation where they were comfortable, where they could have a personal conversation with somebody,
yeah,
and have it mean something, I think that would eliminate everything that we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
We wouldn't even be having this conversation. But you can't have that. You know what I mean? You can't have that. Instead, they go onto the internet and they fucking party up with a bunch of people that are, mentally disabled or like been fucking swayed in the wrong direction,
Yeah.
and they just like group up together and they just create a bunch of fucking chaos, and that's what Antifa is.
Yeah.
And I speak on it, and I speak on it passionately because I've seen it myself. And the people that I've talked to, and I've used common sense talking to them, it doesn't register in their fucking brain, Bert.
No. No.
It doesn't. Like, they're there trying to represent the cause, but they're not even representing their cause in a positive way.
No.
Like, they're just there because they feel like they need to be there, or they were paid to be there, which does happen.
Yeah, because the tweet went out on Twitter saying anyone's got a problem with this, meet up here on this day. And then
And this is on both sides. This is on both sides. This is what happens.
Yeah.
It's manipulation of the masses. And people need to fucking open their fucking minds up and wake up.
Yeah.
Wake the fuck up, man. You're being fucking manipulated and used, made fools of.
Yeah.
Like, these people aren't your friends. Just because they like your shit doesn't mean they're your friend.
They'll turn on you.
That's what these internet people think, Bert.
Mate, they'll turn on you.
If somebody likes your video, they're your friend.
Yeah.
Is it really that?
They'll turn on you in a heartbeat, mate. Just take, like, we've had that conversation about the transgender community and Pro Wrestling Eve. Like, how the owner was, like, completely supportive of trans rights and everything. And then she made one comment without understanding what she was saying. She didn't realise it was the wrong thing to say, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then the transgender community just turns on her. And like, it's totally against her. And it's like, that's how quickly they will turn on you. And that is what I'm saying. They're only friends out of convenience. They're only friends as long as you support them, support their cause.
That's right.
Do you know what I mean? And
a hive mind.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, yeah, it's
not your own thoughts. It's the thoughts of the collective.
Yeah. And it's and too many people don't have their own mind. They need to follow something. They need a leader or a group to follow, if you like. You know, there's too many people like that. That's why the world is the way it is now, and it is these social groups on the internet. But how would licensing stop these social groups coming together? Because there's a lot of people. How would you say someone is mentally unfit to use the internet?
This is where the controversial talk is going to come into play, because it's very like segregation.
Yeah.
But it has to happen. There's certain peoples of certain mindsets that shouldn't be talking to each other.
Yeah.
I leave it to me to say the controversial stuff, you know what I mean? But it's true.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, there's certain people of certain temperaments that shouldn't be talking to other people. There's people that are more intelligent than other people that, you know, engaging with them, and if you speak common sense to them and they refuse to understand it, they're going to resist you no matter what you say. They're going to create conflict, right?
Yeah.
Your average internet troll.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like for example, if I say Alexa Bliss is a bad wrestler, but she has a fucking gigantic following on fucking, you know, whatever social media website you want to use, right?
Yeah.
There's millions of fucking people that wish they can fuck her, right? They jack off to her every time she's in the ring.
Yeah.
Right? And I say that about, like, let's say she says something political that makes absolutely no sense, and I call her out on that. I'm in the wrong when I'm actually in the right. But because there's millions of fucking virgins out there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That fantasize about sleeping with Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
They, you know, just her name for example. I could use many other women.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, just because I use her name, they're going to fucking come at me and say I'm wrong and fucking, you know, try to bully me off the internet. Like, that's why you can't. Like, that's why there has to be, you know, fucking
Yeah,
a watchful eye on the goddamn internet, because that's a problem.
yeah. But there is.
Like, I can't voice my opinion. I'm only one person getting attacked by 1 million fucking people who don't even know what the fuck they're talking about.
Well, this is an inherent problem with America, your constitution, and this idea of the internet license, because in your constitution it says that you have freedom of speech, and in the internet act or whatever it is, it says you have the freedom to speak anonymously. So to have an internet license where you have to declare,
I have a big problem with that.
Yeah, declare who you are, verify who you are, and it is. And I've heard that in about May next year, there are going to be places in the United States that are implicating a system where you must verify yourself to use the internet. So they are.
I'm all for freedom of speech, but be fucking accepting of the repercussions of the things that you say.
So
you have to be if you're gonna say it, say it. You have the freedom to say it, but when you do say it, accept the repercussions, okay? On both sides.
Yeah.
For all people. I understand what you're saying. I love that shit. And I love it. I'm all for it.
But I don't know. And it's like in the UK, they're proposing, I think it was April next year, to have an internet license. So
you understand there's a difference, right? Like being anonymous.
Yeah.
Saying something, like I'm going to say the same thing 500 times, but it's one person saying it, but it really isn't. You know what I mean? Let's give context to whoever is going to listen to this. Like, what he's saying is there could be one person just saying things, as propaganda. Yeah. Just saying it. It's only one person, but you feel like it's 500 people coming at you, right?
Yeah.
Right. But it's not.
No.
It's only one fucking person. Under what he's saying is you have to be held accountable. Mm-hmm. If you say something fucking crazy like, JFK deserved to be killed. Oh, did he really? You know what I mean? Yeah. So you know who said it and why they said it and when they said it. Boom, 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 boom. That's it. That's how you that's how you hold people accountable. Yeah. So when they say something crazy or they foresee something, like a school shooting, or they foreshadow something like that, you can hold that person accountable, because that's what they do, right, Bert? When we look back in time, they always give a clue, like they're looking for attention. Yeah. You know what I mean? So they're going to do something fucking violent, right? They always give a clue. Yeah. So if they're held accountable, right? You know what account said it, you know where it come from, you know what household it came from. You can find the person that did it way easier. Yeah. Yes, it has to be sanctioned. Just like AI needs to be fucking sanctioned. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's the same fucking thing. Yeah. Like, that way, none of this shit would happen. It's because of the anonymity that these fucking people get away with it, or more people feel brave enough to say the stupid shit that they do. Yeah. It's a sad fucking thing, man. You should not need anonymity on the internet. You have enough of it as it is, on its base form. That's just me.
But that's where the clash with your constitution and all that comes in, though, isn't it? That you've got that freedom of anonymity to say what you want online.
I don't see, that's not in our constitution, freedom of anonymity.
I think it's in your...
We have freedom of speech.
Yeah, but I think the internet, like the laws that were written for the internet, includes freedom of speech anonymously in your internet laws.
There is no, unless they rewrit our fucking constitution after the 1700s.
No, I just mean like when they wrote the internet laws. You know what I mean?
No, well, you're gonna have to show me that one.
Yeah, we'll have to look that up. But I'm pretty sure there's something like that.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that at all, because we have the Patriot Act. If you're talking about the Patriot Act, where the government can spy on everything, your phone calls, everything that you do, we still have that. Yeah. And then there was the Patriot Act too, which is the complete opposite of what you're talking about. There is no anonymity in our country. All right? There is none.
Well,
Okay? They know everything that you're saying.
Yeah.
They know everything that you're doing. They're spying on you daily.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
the
can agree
complete
with that.
opposite, Bert, in
I
my
can
country. I don't know about yours. I mean, but
Mate,
no.
you know, I think there's, don't mean to sound like a tin hat man, but I do think there's a deep state, a secret government and all that, like we've said. Do you know what I mean? I do believe
Well,
that.
these are all facts. What I'm talking. The Patriot Act is a real thing. That's not secret.
Yeah,
You Google that up. That's where they could listen to random phone calls whenever they want,
yeah.
and it's still. I think they read the Patriot Act to reach towards the internet. I could be wrong on that.
We've done about 40 minutes, so we've got about 15 minutes on this thing.
All right.
So we will.
So we were talking about Patriot Act, but that's truth though. Like they've been spying on us for a long time here in
Yeah.
the States. Like again, it might be different for you, but
Yeah.
for like this is nothing new. Like I would not expect it to change just because we have the internet and we're in the internet age now. It's transferred. Like they're spying. They look. I mean, Snowden is the fucking perfect example.
Yeah.
WikiLeaks, you know what I mean? Shit like that. Like they know, they're watching, they're seeing everything.
Yeah.
They don't want people to fucking have knowledge of what's going on. You know what I mean?
No.
So
No.
that's where I was going with that.
So that's the case then. They already know what people are doing on the internet. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're just not doing
They
anything
block
about
and
it.
ban whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
They block like if it's their choice.
But I think more needs to be done about soccer accounts. It's like, and that's a difficult one because I've got my gaming channel, the EFED channel, I've got my blog channel, and a poetry. So I've got 4 channels, I think, myself.
But those aren't sock accounts. Those legitimate there's a difference between the two, man.
Yeah, but
You know this.
how would you set up multiple accounts with just one identity? Like one, if they're saying like the license, do you know what I mean? Because Google will only let you create one account per email. You know what I mean? And if you verify it, you have to verify it with your phone number. A lot of the time.
Well, let's talk about it. How they do it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Let's go back on.
What? So they verify. What is it? You set up a Google account. You can only do one per email address, and normally that email address is linked directly to an IP. But there are ways of getting email accounts that are not, connected to anything. And I think, I know a bit about it from the old days. I knew a lot of these type of people that would do this sort of thing. And they used to, they'd set up an account, but then they would use that account to create a new account, and then so on and so forth. Does that make sense? They just keep using the last account to create a new account, and then a new email account, and then they'd start a new YouTube channel off of that or something. I don't know if that's
it's easier than that. I've never run into that problem.
no.
You could create as many email accounts as you want and create a YouTube channel.
Yeah, but I'm talking about where they get the email accounts from, though. That's the thing.
Create your own.
Yeah.
If you create a Google account, like if you create a Gmail account, right? Go in there, just click new account and type in and create a new fucking email. It's that simple.
Yeah.
You don't need to give any information to anybody. Like boom, that's it.
Yeah. Don't you have to have an email to start with, though? With Google?
No, not here in the States.
Alright. Yeah, so I don't know, but I something needs to be done. But what? What? How do you govern it? How do you, how do you evaluate what's, who should and shouldn't be online?
They can find you just like they can find your phone number. They already know everything. They allow
Yeah.
this stuff to happen.
But what is the test? What is the test for,
Human interaction.
you know what I mean? Should
That's it.
everybody be allowed access to the internet, and then you have like a strike system,
Yes.
you get your license, but if you're caught for this, then you get a
Just
strike.
like if you drive too fast on the fucking highway.
So yeah, alright, so like a point system then on your driving license.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
but I think it'd be very tricky, but I don't know. The UK are trying to bring in next year, I think
Are we recording? Or are we good?
yeah, we're recording, man, we're recording.
All right.
And I think
Everybody needs to hear this stuff. No, it's the truth.
it's
But
true.
you don't like. It's too easy. Like it's the anonymity is too much.
Yeah,
Like people, and that shows you. Like that should show you right there. People are too afraid to be themselves. So what was the core thing we were talking about? Being friends with people.
yeah.
Why would you want to be friends with somebody who's trying so hard to hide themselves?
Yeah, exactly that, yeah. Yeah. Clearly.
That's how I am.
Yeah.
That's how I operate here.
Well, that's it. Well, even going back to YTW.
I'm not speaking for you. You have your own opinions.
Yeah, no,
Right?
you're not far wrong though, mate. You know? Even going through YTW, there's people. I've never seen them. Their faces. Do you know what I mean? I've only ever spoke to them. And there's not many of them. But, that I've never seen their faces. And it's like, who are these people? They're alright with me. I know their name or whatever. You know what I mean? There's a couple about now that are quite new. I don't know. Be name
Well, shout
dropping.
out to them, whoever the fuck they are.
Leon. Take Leon for example. Yeah. Scorpion Death Drop. I've spoke to him.
Okay.
I've spoke to him on your streams a shitload of times. You know what I mean? And he pops into the PS DeVito streams and says hello. And he's part of the new SCG tournament. But I've never ever seen Leon's face. Or spoke to, you know what I mean? Like in a...
Right.
Well, I've been in hangouts with you and him and people like that, but he never has his video up. Do you know what I mean? So, to me, I've heard his voice, so he's not completely anonymous to me. You know what I mean? But there are people that will try to be a bit more anonymous, and
Can I blow your mind real quick?
Go on.
What if I was to tell you that Leon Calavera is not his real name?
Wouldn't surprise me, mate.
Well, it's the truth. It's not.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like, this is the thing I'm talking about. It's like they put out a fucking they portray themselves as something, and it's not. It's called catfishing. That's what we call it here in the States. I don't know if you call it the same thing. But yeah, he portrayed himself as a Hispanic guy, but he's actually, I think he's fucking Canadian.
Yeah.
I forget his real. I know his real name, but that's talking about Leon Calavera. Yeah, his name is not Leon Calavera.
No.
There you go.
No. Well, I mean,
And this is common knowledge. If he gets mad, then fucking you get mad for the 5th time because people know this. But just saying, like, that's what people do. You understand what I'm saying? Like, somebody can tell you that their name is fucking Cuntbag McFuckington.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what these people do.
I mean, I think there's different reasons sometimes. Like myself, Bert DeVito, that's not my real name, but I use that online to keep my real identity. I mean, my real identity is not hidden.
You're doing it for the same reasons we're talking about, because what the fuck?
Yeah.
There's a good and there's a bad. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. That's it. And it's...
And again, how I would know this is because I got to know the person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got to know the person, develop a friendship with them. You understand?
Yeah.
That's the thing. A legitimate one. Otherwise, it would never fucking happen.
No.
There's a difference.
No, you'd have just faded off into the background like the rest of them, or you would be someone that I talk to when I need a promo. Do you know what I mean? That's basically how a lot of them are, mate.
We've talked, like the weirdest times of the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, especially during, because we live in different time frames, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, you're 5 hours ahead of me.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, I would just be on one day, and Burrow might say, yo, you want to talk? Yeah, fuck it, we'll talk. You know what I mean? We talk.
Yeah.
Boom. And same thing for me. Like, I'll be on, and fucking Bert will just be on. Like, I'll be just like, 5 in the afternoon. He should be in bed.
Yeah.
It's just like, he's there. All right, cool. And we have conversations. It's not just like fucking 10 minutes. Oh, how you doing? You're great. Fucking, kissing each other's ass type of thing.
No.
It's like legitimate human being conversations.
Yeah. And that's it. And that's the difference, ain't it? That's the difference. And that's
Right.
and like I always say, if you was to ever take a holiday to the UK, you'd be more than welcome to come round here and, you know what I mean? Even stay a few
Sure,
nights or whatever, you know what I mean?
I fucking love to fucking spend the week at your house.
Yeah. Yeah.
As much weed comes through that some bitch.
That's it. You would get heavily stoned.
No, I don't smoke. I don't smoke the weed, Bert. That's the thing. You know this.
I'll make you
I
some
don't
cakes.
smoke.
I'll make you some
Well,
cakes.
make the fucking. You fucking make the cakes, man. I might just not leave.
Yeah.
I fucking stay there. God damn it.
Have you in a coma or something like that?
Either I'm in a coma
Yeah.
and my fucking hair's been set on fire, and fucking. I seen what you do to fucking people that fall asleep.
Yeah. Yeah, you seen that video where we set Rage fell asleep, but we was all
Yeah.
sitting around smoking.
I saw that.
Yeah, put tissue in between his toes and set fire to it.
His toes, yeah.
he was
Lit his ass
he was
up.
not fucking happy about that. Not
Ooh.
fucking happy. But yeah,
Who
I
would be?
But I don't know, mate. I don't know. Internet friends. Yeah, I mean,
And
I
he's doing that to a fucking Englishman. Imagine what he would do to a fucking American like myself. So, actually, I'm staying home, Bird. I ain't going there.
yeah,
I'm good. I'm gonna stay home.
yeah, yeah. Never fall asleep first. That's the golden rule. Never fall asleep first. But anyway, dude, I think we're gonna have to wrap this up because I think we're in the last sort of 5-10 minutes of our hour.
Great conversation.
Yep.
Perfect example of who you can be friends with on the internet. And I think we gave a pretty good description of who you can't be. I don't know.
I think,
I
yeah,
have to re-listen to it and then
I think it's
it
hard.
should be obvious anyways, right?
Yeah, should be. Just be nice to people, really. And if you don't like somebody or you don't like something, don't fucking get involved. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's a simple way, innit? I don't like something someone's doing, then whatever. If it affects me personally, then maybe I've got a bit more to say about it. But if it don't, whatever, leave it be. You know?
That's it. Yeah.
But anyway, I don't know. So we're saying it's possible to make friends. Social groups can be good, but I think each one of them is sort of drama and arguments, and there's, it is that case of you scratch my back, I scratch yours. You know, friendships of convenience. And as far as the internet licensing goes, I feel it's a good idea in some respects, but there are some aspects of it, and maybe they're not legitimate aspects. But I do.
It's up for debate. It's up for debate. I believe that the internet should be sanctioned. So you know where I stand. It has to be. It has to be.
Yeah.
For me personally, like, I'm just interrupting the ending because I cause chaos.
Yeah, okay. We love chaos.
For me, the sanctioning of the internet, it's going to give more people a more enjoyable experiencing the internet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like driving a car. Like, not everybody can drive a fucking truck.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, just because you give somebody a fucking license to drive a motor vehicle doesn't mean they could drive a fucking 16-wheeler, 18-wheeler. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. So it's a privilege.
Yeah. So something like you'd have levels of access to the internet.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not saying like once you receive this card, you can't upgrade it. You can.
Yeah, that's it.
That's where I stand on it. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we'll throw it out to people to have a think about. You know, I'll put something out on Twitter, and we've got our YouTube, obviously. There's a comment section. You got anything to say, say it. You know, we might address you next time. But,
please do.
I'm happy with that, mate. If you want to wrap it up.
This has been Rattle the Cage. Hopefully I pissed you off. Bert was being very nice today.
Yeah.
I was hoping that he was going to be a lot more meaner, but whatever.
I'll have to drink Jack Daniels next time.
Get that done, and I'm never doing again. Just, reiterating, I ain't doing no Hennig fucking swigs. Never again. Never ever.
I'll drink some Jack and let the demon out next time.
Yeah.
we'll
I don't know if they're ready for that shit. I don't know if they're ready for that.
No.
They're not ready for that.
No.
Because that man is a beast.
Yeah. Yeah. That's Satan
that man
incarnate.
Is a beast.
That's where the Satan comes out.
Jesus Christ. See what I did there?
Yeah. I can be him as well if you want.
Oh shit. Alright, go ahead.
Alright. Well, thanks for listening, guys. Check it out. Subscribe. Do all that shit.
That's not... Wait, hold on.
No, not good enough? Go on.
No, you said you're going to be Jesus Christ.
Oh, wait. Yeah, well, I already am. I've been nice today. I've done the Jesus thing today.
I thought you were going to be a smart ass and say something. Anyways.
Yeah. No, I've been Jesus today. I've been a nice guy today.
You really have been a lot nicer than I was expecting, which is not altogether a bad thing. But, yeah, man, that's it. Rattle the Cage. Hopefully you guys are pissed off or, whatever. Let us know what you think. We out.